1 extra second, a second you never noticed. Switched off Reddit. Then LinkedIn. Then the check-in desks of 2 entire airlines went dark. This was 2012. No one had been hacked, and nothing was broken. 2 whole airlines were suddenly checking in passengers by hand. The world's computers had simply been told that this 1 minute would run to 61 seconds. And a lot of them decided that a time which should not exist was worth crashing over. So, how does 1 second you have never even noticed take down some of the biggest names on the internet? And why has the entire planet now voted to erase that second from time forever? Because that same second is hiding in the clock on your phone right now. And it has been lying to you your entire life. We treat a second it's the most fixed thing in the universe. 60 of them make a minute. A day is 24 hours, and time, we assume, simply is. It is not. And the people who quietly keep the world's official time have known it for 50 years. The problem is the Earth. We assume a day is a clean 24 hours because the planet spins once. But the Earth is a terrible clock. Tides drag on it, earthquakes shift its mass, its molten core sloshes around, and every one of those slows the spin. The planet you are standing on is losing time. So, the day the planet actually gives us slowly drifts away from the perfect day the atomic clocks count out in their vault. At first, it is only thousandths of a second, but it never stops growing until one day it reaches a full second the machines cannot ignore. So, in 1972, a room of scientists made a decision almost no one alive was ever told about. They hid a second inside your clock. Whenever the Earth fell about a second behind, they would pause the entire world's official time and insert 1 extra leap second. Since then, they have quietly slipped in 27 of them, and the 27th was about to do something none of them saw coming. Because to a computer, the time 23:59:60 is not a moment. It is an impossibility, a number that is not supposed to be able to exist. And in 2012, that impossible number hit a flaw buried deep in Linux, the system quietly running most of the internet's servers. They seized. They spun in place, burning through their processors at full power, waiting for a second that made no sense, until they fell over. Reddit? Gone. LinkedIn? Gone. Qantas checking in passengers by hand. One tiny correction to the sky had knocked over some of the biggest sites online. Now, one company sailed through that night untouched. Google. And how they did it started a war over time itself. Instead of inserting 1 jarring extra second, Google had quietly spread it out across the whole day. They slowed their clocks by a fraction of a fraction, so no machine ever saw the impossible second at all. They called it the leap smear. The tech giants loved it. But the world's metrologists, the guardians of official time, were horrified. Because now everyone was smudging time their own way. And no 2 clocks on Earth agreed on exactly what second it was. And then the Earth did something it was not supposed to do. It sped up. For 50 years the planet had been slowing, and every leap second added time. But recently the Earth set the record for the shortest day ever measured. Which means, for the first time in history, the next correction may not add a second. It may have to delete one. A negative leap second, jumping from 23:59:58 straight to midnight. A moment engineers have dreaded for years. Because the software to handle it exists only in theory and has never once been tested on the real internet. The one you are watching this on right now. So the keepers of time looked at 50 years of chaos, a smear war between the world's clocks, and a countdown to a second nobody knew how to remove. And in November 2022, they held a vote. They voted to abolish the leap second. By 2035, the planet will simply stop correcting for the Earth. The sky and the clocks will be allowed to drift apart on purpose. The world agreed. Almost. Russia voted no. because its satellite network was built on leap seconds and it wanted more time. So, the compromise is this. For the next few centuries, we will quietly agree to pretend the clock and the turning planet are the same. Which is the strange truth hiding inside that 2012 crash? The internet didn't break because of a glitch. It broke because for one honest second, the clock tried to tell the truth about where the Earth really was, and the machines couldn't handle it. Turns out the clock the whole world trusts was never a measurement, it was a truce. And it raises one last, stranger question. Leave the clocks uncorrected long enough, a few thousand years, and noon will slide into the afternoon, and then into the dark. Someone, long after us, will look up at a sky that no longer matches the time, and have to decide all over again whether to fix it or to let time keep lying.